Well, it was an anticlimactic end here for Michigan State in the 2015 Final Four. Season coming to a close with a 20-point loss to Duke, the worst tournament loss in the Tom Izzo era here at Michigan State. It's one of those games, Michigan State just needed a 10-0 run at some point in the second half to make this thing a game, and it never came. Let's start with you, Kyle. When you look at that second half, what did you think prevented Michigan State from ever really making it a game?
I think the fouls had a lot to do with it. You know, Duke just seemed to be able to kind of put its head down, get to the line, and the way this game is being called with the freedom of good fouls, I mean, that's going to be able to help you keep the team at bay when you can kind of get that instant offense and they get the free throw line like that. And, you know, Michigan State didn't help itself getting in the hole, I thought, either. You know, they got that fast start. I thought Duke kind of came out on them on the perimeter, and they just took some bad shots we haven't seen them take all year. I didn't think they adjusted well when Duke made its adjustments out of that first immediate timeout. Kind of stalled its offense there for about 6-7 minutes, and they just couldn't catch up with Duke.
And Duke, they needed a game that was going to be near perfect. I feel like in the performance and in the locker room, every guy at the end of the day came back to crediting Duke for what was a really, really strong performance. Griff, what stood out to you the most about Duke and just the way they put together a 40-minute game that was really tough to overcome?
Well, just the way they put together a 40-minute game in all of Duke's talent. I mean, all 8 scholarship players for Duke are McDonald's All-Americans. They certainly played like it tonight. As Quinn said, largest margin of defeat for Tom Izzo. I don't know if I'd say worst loss, though, because Michigan State was able to get to the Final Four. 7th time Tom Izzo's done that. Really an amazing accomplishment. If you look at this team being 13-7 earlier in the year, they ran into a great basketball team tonight, and they weren't able to match up. They came out on a 14-6 lead. Denzel Valentine played fantastic, but the rest of the Spartans not able to measure up to the Duke Blue Devils.
Kyle, before we wrap up here, your first year on the beat, you've been with these guys the whole way from the ups and the downs. What's kind of your takeaway from a year that is, you know, just completed, but it's
a year
complete?
I did not think would end with talking to you in Indianapolis in a hallway, but here we are. Yeah, it's a team that really overcame a lot. You know, it's a team that I think people will admit was not as talented as the teams that have made it this far under Tom Izzo. More surprising. I think it's a team that developed more throughout the year. And you know what? It sounds corny to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. This team was close-knit. This team loved each other. I think that helped them a lot this year. Throughout the whole summer, I don't think there was any discord. I think they were all on the same page throughout the year. I think that really helped them get here.
Well, and here is where it ended. So the 2015 season, that ends in the Final Four, but it ended probably one game before people had hoped. So that's it for Indianapolis, or from Indianapolis. Thanks as always for watching.